Welcome to CATV Live, right here on Cash Alternative TV. I'm your host, Christopher Carruthers, also known as Tao of Satoshi, and I'm overjoyed that you could make it here today. You know, this is becoming one of my favorite streams to do. I do regular content during the week, but on Saturdays, I find myself looking forward to doing this CATV Live show with you guys. So overjoyed you could make it with me today. So I'm broadcasting live on YouTube. I'm broadcasting live on Twitter, Facebook Live, Twitch, and D Live. So if you, it's a Cash Alternative TV is a show about cryptocurrency with a focus on Dash, which aims to be a digital cash for the world, also an alternative to cash. If that's something that you're interested in, and you want to learn more about Dash or just want to hang out with me some more, don't forget to subscribe or follow me on those platforms where I'm broadcasting today, so you won't miss an episode. So we have a lot to talk about today. It was a busy day in the world of cryptocurrency. And I just want to give you guys a chance to say hi if anybody's there. So I see on YouTube we got Project Adapt. He says, "Hey, what's good, Tao?" And I'm doing very well, thank you. Doesn't seem to be anybody else in the chat, so we're just going to get right to the content of the show. So I'm first going to talk about the crypto, the video lineup that I've done over the past little while. So I started with the Anchor Pay integration on Monday, and that was in sub-Saharan Africa, and it was basically in South Africa, but it's also expanding to other African countries. And this is cool because it offers Dash a chance to get integrated into something that's going to see a lot of people, going to expose Dash to a lot of people. So I'm very excited about that one. You can check that out in my channel lineup. And then I also talked about. What did I? Oh yeah, I had a conversation with Discussions.app. It's Jacques Zhu from Discussions.app, and they're actually pretty good with me because when I post my stuff there, I've noticed that they've retweeted it on Twitter and sharing it widely with their followers. So I'm very happy about that. And also we had a Venezuelan integration. That was the latest one that I did. And we're showing a lot of places to receive Dash in Venezuela, so that's really cool. I'm going to go right into the crypto news because we've got a lot of stuff to cover today, and I'm happy you guys are here with me today. I just want to mention off the top that after the show is over, I'm broadcasting live to YouTube, I'm broadcasting live to Twitter and Facebook Live. After those shows are over, you can feel free to join me on Twitch or D Live, where we're going to have an AMA. So if you're watching me from any of those places, you can fire me an AMA and I will answer it to the best of my ability. Any questions about cryptocurrency or Dash? So without further ado, let's get into the show. So this is something that's kind of quirky off the top. I don't know if you guys are Harry Potter fans. Anybody out there who might be a Harry Potter fan will find this interesting. But J.K. Rowling, who's the author of the Harry Potter series, she is actually a Bitcoiner now. She's joined cryptocurrency. She posted yesterday. She said, "Can somebody please explain to me what this cryptocurrency thing is?" And a few people from Twitter on like Bitcoiners and Dashers and everything were saying, "Okay, this is what it is. This is what it." And she's like, "Oh no, that's too technical. I don't understand how to use that and stuff like that." But then finally she gave in and she said, "Okay, you guys win. I just bought my first Bitcoin." And I don't know if anybody told her about the Mimblewimble protocol, but that was actually inspired by a Harry Potter movies. So that's pretty cool. So I just wanted to show you guys that. And the Bitcoin halving, it's done and over with. I know there was a lot of hype going into it. A lot of people saying, "Oh, it's going to bring the price of Bitcoin to the moon and everything else." And they were hyping it hard on Twitter. They were hyping it hard on YouTube. But I don't know. I haven't seen anything myself. I haven't seen any kind of activity. I pumped up past 10,000, I guess. But then somebody smacked it right back down. So it was kind of like a meh moment all in all. But I do think over time, you'll see the effect of the lesser Bitcoin being created. That will have a much lesser sell pressure on the markets. So I believe that that's going to be something that's going to help the Bitcoin price long term. And I think Bitcoin is still a good investment. Although I think Dash is an even better investment because it works and it has so many things going for it with the new Dash platform coming up. So I really think that that's cool. So if you're thinking about getting involved in cryptocurrency, it's definitely a good time to do it. So my first article here is from CNN Business. the halving made CNN business, and that's definitely something that gives us more exposure in the wider mainstream media, right? So it says Bitcoin halving could boost its price as more investors flock to cryptocurrencies. I believe this happened before the halving happened. So central banks around the world are printing money to try to prop up the global economy. But for Bitcoin, the world's most popular digital currency, the opposite is happening. The amount of new Bitcoins being issued is starting to slow because of a phenomenon known as halving, or the halvening. Every 4 years, the amount of new coins that Bitcoin investors, or miners as they are known, receive award for mining a block of Bitcoins is cut in half. So as a result, the Bitcoin miners now receive 6.25 Bitcoins instead of 12.5. This is the third time Bitcoin has halved in its history. The next halving event will take place sometime in 2024 and will reduce the total number of new Bitcoins issued to 3.125. I'm just going to make sure I'm on the right page. Yeah, I'm on the right page. We're good to go. So what do you guys think about the halving? Did you guys invest in Bitcoin because of the halving? Let me know. See if we have any more comments here on Facebook. I mean on YouTube. No, it doesn't seem like we have anything else. So we're going to go right into the next one. So the mainstream financial institutions such as Visa are looking at the cryptocurrency boom and they're thinking, well, how are we going to get involved with this? So they're showing Visa files a patent application for digital currency. Let me just get rid of this. We don't need that there. All right. So it says Visa has filed an application to create digital currency on a blockchain with the United States Patent and Trademark Office. According to the application, published May 14th, but filed back in November 2018, that's a long time ago, investors Simon Hurry and Alexander Pierre with the Visa International Police Association in San Francisco have sought a patent for a digital currency recorded on a blockchain and controlled by a central entity computer. It cites Ethereum as a possible network, so they're thinking of running this currency on Ethereum. The application details 2 records, one of which would indicate the digital currency for an amount associated with the denomination has been created for a public key associated with the digital wallet. The other record notes the removal of the physical currency in circulation in the fiat currency system. So the big one is every time a dollar worth of digital fiat currency is generated, the central entity ensures that a corresponding physical dollar bill is removed from circulation in order to regulate the value of the digital fiat currency. So it sounds interesting. I don't know. I'm not sure how that will work. It kind of seems like it's a digital money printer go brr type of thing. I don't know if it's any different or any better than the system like of Tether or USDC or anything like that, but I guess we'll find out. And of course, you see that mainstream companies are starting to be interested in any type of cryptocurrency, and that's always good for the long term. I'll say no thanks to that. So JPMorgan, they caused the CEO of JPMorgan, Jamie Dimon, he definitely caused a stir about a couple of years ago when he was saying that cryptocurrency sucks and I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole, and if any employees of my company are buying Bitcoin, they're going to be fired. So there's a lot of hostility from JPMorgan. So that's why this following news really shocked me when I saw it. I was like, wow, this is pretty interesting. So it says JPMorgan now serves crypto exchanges. Coinbase and Gemini are the first clients. So these are well-respected cryptocurrency outfits. You know, Coinbase is the first one. It introduced me to Bitcoin way back in the day in 2013. And Gemini is a very well-respected exchange too. So for JPMorgan to be now serving these people, it really comes as a shock to me. So I had to share it with you guys. So we're going to look at the quick take. JPMorgan is said to now be serving crypto exchanges. Coinbase and Gemini are reportedly the bank's first clients. A banker told The Block, "It's quite significant in my opinion." I consider that to be an understatement. And it may lead to further doors being opened for crypto firms at other banks. So it says banking giant JPMorgan is now reportedly serving crypto exchanges. Let's see if I can find anything else here. Quite significant news. Yeah, it's quite significant news in my opinion, a banker told The Block. There is little business and fees associated with processing wire and ACH payments. I would expect that there are other associated benefits to JPMorgan from any associated banking service. Additional collaboration with both of those firms, potential for winning any future IPO, or another angle such as JPMorgan coin being offered on either of these platforms. So wow, that's very interesting. Like you see that JPMorgan starting to branch out into cryptocurrency, but as this banker said, they're like, why would they do that? This is a multi-billion-dollar company, and cryptocurrency in the general scheme of things is not very big. It's very small. And why would they want to be into cryptocurrency? Well, you and I know the answer. Because they know that cryptocurrency is the future. Bitcoin, Dash, Ethereum, these are the future. And these mainstream businesses, they want to get in on it, and they want to have a part of it. So you heard of Visa. Visa's trying to get into it, and now JP Morgan's getting into it. They're dipping a toe in, but it's pretty significant. So we'll have to watch that. And if you follow this show, I'm going to be watching it for sure. So this is something out of the title. We're saying crypto under Corona. So it's a crypto under Corona from Venezuela to Liberland. So this is basically an article that was talking about how cryptocurrency is faring. We all know how the global economy is faring, not very well. We have a lot of people unemployed, a lot of people applying for unemployment benefits, economy is tanking everywhere. But cryptocurrency so far has kind of avoided any kind of big, big like damage from this cryptocurrency. So Dash was actually mentioned, the cryptocurrency that we focus on here at Cash Alternative TV. It was mentioned. It was called, and we're gonna look at that. But if you want to check out this article, it's in the description below. Or if you're on Twitch or D Live, you can join my YouTube channel, and then you can see that the description is going to have the links. But I'm going to go over Dash's. I'm going to quickly go over this one. This is a Hungarian one. They're talking about COVID-19. And he said at a Budapest blockchain conference, many in the space told me their interest was driven in part over concerns about their Prime Minister Viktor Orban's anti-democratic regime. And as you know, if you're into cryptocurrency or you're thinking about getting involved in cryptocurrency, this is something that is very important to us, is overcoming these things and censorship, overcoming like permissioned currencies. We don't want to have to ask for permission to use your money or ask for permission to access your money. So this is something that's important. And so he's seeing a lot of people interested. So we got this one, Anywhere, the one-time king of the crypto castle. I'm not going to go into it because I want to spend some more time on Dash. So here's the Dash one. As anybody who follows Dash will know, we're doing very well in Venezuela. We have a lot of integrations. We have a lot of people that are attempting to use Dash. We have Dash Text for people that don't have access to smartphones. It's very interesting over there. So here in Valencia, Venezuela, Joel, if you're watching, that was a slip of the tongue. Valencia, Venezuela. It started here early. On March 7th, in the city of Valencia, which is about a 2-hour drive from Caracas, Ernesto Contreras went to a pizza joint for dinner and beer with his friends. At 10 p.m., the police showed up, and immediately the restaurant closed its doors to new customers. This was the last time Contreras went out to dinner. The Venezuelan government shut the country down. The government was very swift, says Contreras, who heads a team at Dash that promotes the merchant adoption of cryptocurrency. Venezuelans understand that the country has infrastructure problems, and they immediately quarantined the country. He explains that almost everything was shut down right away, that you are required to wear a mask when entering the supermarket, and then the lockdown is friendly but enforced. There are two Venezuelas, explains Contreras. The world of those who are better off, and then the world of those who are living in the slums. In the first world, as he sees it, the really rich people are staying at their big houses and having a barbecue. They're doing just fine. They're social distancing like champs. And that's the same in first world countries too. I find it ironic when you have people like Ellen DeGeneres that are saying, "Oh, I'm so tired of being in my house," and they freaking have like a $9 million mansion with freaking 25,000 square feet. Yeah, I really feel sorry for you. Contreras says that in the second world, the slums, many don't have the luxury of social distancing as they continue to work in crowded street markets. But even they are wearing masks. People are begging in the streets, looking for food in the garbage, but strangely enough, they're wearing masks to cover themselves. So think about it. Even before COVID-19, Venezuela was in a big economic crisis. And now COVID-19 comes, and I don't even know how these people are surviving, you know. They're looking for food and garbage. I mean, like, this is bad, you know. Like, and COVID-19 just adds an extra layer of, you know, like, people are in a desperate situation. First you have the economic stress, and now you have the health stress. So this is interesting. So that would be a good reason to adopt cryptocurrencies in these countries, because that's something that will help to lift them up economically. Much has changed since I spoke with Contreras in 2018. Venezuela changes very rapidly, he said. When you come back to Venezuela after a year, you will see a totally different country than the one you saw last time. In 2018 and 2019, the country faced hyperinflation to the tune of 1,000,000% per year. The price of milk would double or triple every week. This is why the Dash team made an aggressive play for local merchant adoption. It says it signed eventually 800 merchants, as here cryptocurrencies could truly matter. In Venezuela, crypto wasn't just a principled statement against centralized banking. In Venezuela, crypto wasn't just a novelty or an experiment. Cryptocurrencies were a way, and sometimes the only way, for an ordinary person to buy bread. And it says the situation has somewhat improved. The Venezuelan government now permits US dollars and they're widely accepted. Yet payment is still difficult, says Contreras. Physical notes of cash are scarce. Bolivares are nearly worthless. Contreras explains the largest bolivar note is 50,000, and last week, as of April 24th, one soft drink could cost 140,000 bolivars. Imagine if you needed 3 $100 bills to pay for one drink. Even if you can pay for a lunch with a $20 US bill, often the merchant won't have change, so you're forced to round up or buy things you really don't want. The solution is there, the technology is there, and people are starting to use it. So he's referring to Dash. As I said off the top, Dash is an interesting cryptocurrency, and it's the focus of here on Cash Alternative TV. It's a very good cryptocurrency to use as a digital payment system because it has security. It's unable to be 51% attacked due to chain locks and chain instance end. It has fast transactions that confirm in less than 2 seconds, and it has it's pretty much easy to use because you see it going to the person's wallet right away. So this is something that could really do good in countries like Venezuela. And he goes on to say, then there's a lack of online infrastructure. Think about how so many US citizens, especially in larger cities, handle the day-to-day inconveniences of COVID-19. They order things on Amazon, they order dinner from Uber Eats. There's no Amazon in Venezuela. There's no Uber Eats in Venezuela. So Contreras says cryptocurrency is helping to fill the gap, as local businesses are using WhatsApp to organize local deliveries. You talk to the supermarket by WhatsApp and they'll figure what you want and then they deliver it, he says, explaining that his Dash team is working on helping several local businesses use crypto to facilitate those transactions. There are 60,000 active Dash wallets in Venezuela, according to Contreras, and the company has partnerships with Burger King and Church's Chicken. Cryptocurrency can now be used to buy medicine and then have it delivered to you during quarantine. The solution is there, Contreras, like it says up there. The technology is there and people are starting to use it. So yeah, it's really, really good for Dash. So it finishes off by saying Contreras, like nearly everyone else I spoke with, is a refreshing reminder of the wider world, of the opportunities, of the hopes and the guts in the wilderness. I miss it. I don't know when I'll be able to hop on a flight and explore another corner of the blockchain space, but I know it'll be there waiting. So if you're involved in cryptocurrency already, you know that it's exciting. It's the tie that bonds us all together, no matter what our religion is, no matter what our political views are. We're all in this together. And if you're new to cryptocurrency, I highly recommend that you get involved with it. And like I said, if you're watching on Twitch or DLive, you can talk to me directly later when I sign off on the other networks, and you guys can ask me any questions that you have. So let me see, was that everything for the crypto news? Nope. So this is the Coinbase blog. It's called Around the Block, and this is version number 6. It says Bitcoin's dominance along coinside customer behavior, the coming DEX revolution, and other recent crypto news. So this one is a very interesting one too, because it's showing us some metrics. It's showing us some metrics of how other cryptocurrencies are doing in relation to Bitcoin and Dash. So this says, and we're going to start off with Bitcoin's dominance and Coinbase customer behavior. Bitcoin's market cap dominance relative to other cryptocurrencies is well known. The most commonly cited metric is relative market capitalization, comparing Bitcoin's network value to other cryptos. But how does Bitcoin's dominance extend beyond market cap? Specifically, how does Coinbase customer behavior also demonstrate Bitcoin's dominance? Let's take a look at Bitcoin's market dominance over the years. So at the beginning, obviously, they were the only game in town. Then they went down during the altcoin boom. and then they're starting to come back up and they're hovering around a 60% level. So they're saying in general, Bitcoin's position as the blue chip asset has remained unchallenged. That said, we do see a trend where bull markets show increasing traction among alternative assets. This could be for a variety of reasons, but the first one is largely psychological. As people feel good about their initial crypto investments into Bitcoin, they branch out to find other possible categorical winners, as evident in the 2017 bull run. The converse is also possible as prices drop and fear grips the market. A flight to crypto safety drove Bitcoin back to the forefront. So you got coins that are interested in privacy like Monero, Zcash. You got coins that are interested in payments such as BCH or Dash, the one we follow here. And those ones were getting more traction during the bull run because people wanted to find the next big thing in each individual niche in the cryptocurrency business. But then they found that when the crypto was going down and the prices were going down, there was kind of like a flight to quality back to the reserve currency of cryptocurrency, which Bitcoin is at the current time. So where was the one? Okay, this was the one I was going to say. So on one hand, Bitcoin is clearly dominant, but on the other hand, Coinbase customers show a relative preference to also move on to other assets. The data bears this out. Among customers with at least 5 purchases, 60% start with Bitcoin, but just 24% stick exclusively to Bitcoin. In total, over 75% of users that are coming into the crypto space through Coinbase buy other assets. So as you can see here, the total buys, like the original buys to Coinbase, 60% is the original buys of BTC, and 40% buy something like Ethereum, Dash, Litecoin, whatever else the other cryptocurrencies that are on Coinbase. Okay, so it's about a 60-40 split when they're first coming in. But over time, they look at the analytics and who actually exchanges their Bitcoin for other currencies. So they're saying that only 24 out of that 60%, so it was a 60-40 split. So out of that 60, 36% of people that are into Bitcoin eventually buy other assets. So these are newcomers to the crypto space, and they're buying new assets. Even though they come in, their majority come in through Bitcoin, they eventually leave Bitcoin to other assets. So after all that, after the people that bought other currencies as their first one, and after people that switched their Bitcoin to other currencies, after all that, only 24% of newcomers to Coinbase are staying in Bitcoin. And I find that to be like really, really hard to understand, hard to comprehend when you see that Bitcoin is the top dog with around 60% market dominance. But is that a facade? I don't know. We'll have to see over time. That's definitely something that interests me a lot and when I saw that thing. So they also go on to talk about decentralized exchanges, which is interesting because they're a centralized exchange, and you wouldn't think that they would put so much attention to decentralized exchanges. But it says decentralized exchanges shine where centralized exchanges such as Coinbase, where this blog is coming from, struggle. They're safe. Funds are never transferred to any third party or generally subject to counterparty risk. You trade directly from your own wallet. They're global and permissionless. There is no concept of borders, let alone restrictions on who can trade. The ease of use and pseudonymous. No account sign-up or personal details are required. And better execution. Theoretically, we could see global DEX liquidity accrue to a handful of winning platforms, enabling deep liquidity. So let's keep in mind where this is coming from. This is coming from a centralized exchange. Coinbase is a centralized exchange. They hold your crypto. And they're talking about DEXs, and they're giving them all this credit of being good. So you never know. Eventually, we might see decentralized exchanges kind of take the baton from decentralized exchanges. But they also go on to say that they have challenges right now as of the current moment because they're not developed enough yet. So a user experience on a DEX is usually performed through self-custodial wallets, which are confusing and intimidating for many. Speed and scale. All trades are settled on-chain, bottlenecked by block times and base transaction throughout. Try sending 1,000 S of transactions a second on Ethereum today. Yeah, so you don't want to try sending large amounts. It's definitely true. Limited trading pairs at this time because they haven't been established everywhere. Limited feature parity and regulation. So, and they go on. So what gets us excited? All of the above issues seem tractable. They boil down to product and technology challenges that have conceptually clear paths forward. Eventually, we should be able to create a DEX that rivals the trading experience of centralized exchanges while retaining all their native benefits. When this day comes, centralized exchanges could be ripe for disruption. So that's interesting. What do you think about that? What do you think about centralized exchanges? Let me know in the comments below or in the chat. I'm going to go back to the chat at the end. So the Bit Refill, there you can go to Bit Refill to top up your phone cards, or you can buy other gift cards with cryptocurrency, such as Dash. And the Dash experience is very short with crypto. So like if you just go with the Bit Refill, you send them your Dash, a second later you're going to have your gift card. It's that fast. I don't know of any other experience that's that fast, and that's what you can do when an exchange recognizes Dash's instant send, and it also is on the ball for creating their own, you know. So Bit Refill is definitely a company that I recommend. And this is a blog from Bit Refill. They're talking about the best multi-coin crypto wallets. So if you're watching me on Twitch or DLive or any of the other platforms and you're new to the cryptocurrency space, you just happen to come across this live stream, you might want to know, well, if I buy Bitcoin or I buy Dash or I buy Ethereum, how can I store my cryptocurrency? And this is definitely a place to start. So if you're in my YouTube channel, you can find the link in the description below. If not, I'm going to go over it, and I'm sure you can Google them and find out yourself. But they're talking about the best crypto wallets for mobile and desktop. So their number one pick is Edge. Edge is a simple to use, beginner-friendly wallet that lets you easily store Bitcoin and 31 other cryptocurrencies. You can swap between coins and buy and sell crypto from within the market. Edge aims to make storing several coins at once simple and secure. It has Bit Refill integrated, so take it with a grain of salt. Right away, that's a red flag for me, why they're recommending it number one, because Bit Refill. Even though I recommend Bit Refill, I always am wary of those integrations and them placing something ahead just because of an integration. So do your own research on that. The second one is Exodus. Exodus is one that I use personally on my desktop. I haven't tried the mobile one, but I can say to you that it works very well for me on my desktop. Although a word of caution, it's not an open source, so anything could be going on behind the hood. And I don't recommend holding a lot of cryptocurrency on this platform because of that. So it goes on to say Exodus Wallet is a multi-coin wallet that is popular with many traders for its simple and easy to use design, combined with its support for a wide variety of cryptocurrency tokens. Users can swap cryptocurrencies directly from within the wallet. It also supports Trezor hardware wallets. So yeah, I can attest that works well. I've traded Bitcoin for Dash in the wallet and Dash for Ethereum. I've done a couple of those trades and it works very well. And like I say, I also recommend it to store your crypto. This is one I haven't heard before, so I'm going to be learning as well with this one. Garda. Garda is a multi-coin wallet designed to make managing many different coins and tokens simple and easy. Garda supports many major cryptocurrencies and thousands of tokens, so tokens being like Ethereum tokens, EOS tokens, stuff like that. It also allows users to trade coins from within the wallet and purchase with a credit and debit card. Atomic, this is another one that I haven't used, so I'm learning it here too. Atomic is another popular multi-coin wallet among traders. It was founded by Changelly founder Konstantin Gladich, BitInstant founder Charlie Shrem, and Bank to the Future's Simon Dixon. Atomic supports 500 plus cryptocurrencies and tokens, has an in-wallet exchange for swapping coins, and allows users to purchase with debit and credit cards as well. And finally, Coinomi. I've actually tried Coinomi. I have it on my iOS and my Apple iPhone, so it is pretty good too. I don't recommend it as much as I recommend Exodus, but it is pretty good as well. Coinomi was the first cryptocurrency wallet that allowed users to store cryptos from different blockchains in the same wallet. It's been around since 2014 and is extremely popular with altcoin traders who have a wide portfolio of crypto assets. Coinomi allows users to securely store over 1,700 different coins, available for mobile and desktop. So if you're joining us and you're new to cryptocurrency and you want to store your, even if you're not new to cryptocurrency and you're still looking for a multi-coin wallet, those are the ones for you. So it's Coinomi, Atomic, Garda, Exodus, and Edge. So all of those ones, I don't think you can go wrong with any of those five. I think they're pretty good. And that brings us to the midway point of the show. I want to see if there's anybody out there who has any questions or anything to say. So I see Project Adapt is still there. Look good to see you, Project Adapt. Let's see if anybody on Twitch has anything to say. No, nobody's saying anything on Twitch yet. And I know it's going to be a while before anybody says anything to me on Twitch or DLive or anything like that, because I'm just starting out on those platforms. But I got nothing but time. I'm here to bring Dash to the mainstream. I'm here to bring Dash to as many people as possible. So I'm going to try to build up a following on Twitch and DLive, and I'm going to keep going. So here we go. And nobody's saying anything on DLive as well, so we're going to continue. We're going to start off. This is the Dash news. This is where Cash Alternative TV really shines. This is where we talk about Dash because we believe in Dash as a digital currency, as it's the successor to Bitcoin, an alternative to cash. Bitcoin has gone a different way. They don't have any kind of use case as a payment network right now. The littlest amount of interest in the Bitcoin network, and it freezes right up. The transaction fees go through the roof and everything else. So if you're watching this and you want a payment network, if you want to use something as a payment network, Dash is where it's at. It works. It's private, secure, instant. It's everything that you could want in a cryptocurrency. We're also looking for people to join the community. So if you want to go to dashchat.org, you can join Dash Nation on Discord and chat with other people that are interested in Dash. Or you can just say hi, whatever you want to do. You can lurk, you can get information. We're happy to have you. So we're going to go into the crypto news. 1 second here. All right, so this is actually Dash News. Sorry, I said crypto news. This is now Dash News. We're finished with the crypto portion. So now it's on to my favorite subjects. You know, I love to talk about Dash. So this first one, Biki and Dash Next are ready to go together in a partnership. And this is basically a partnership between Dash Next, which is an outfit out of Thailand. And they're definitely good. They have brought a lot of integrations into Dash in the last little while. So off the top, you know, like in the thumbnail, it says Dash integrations aplenty. Well, you're about to see a lot of integrations. I don't know. We have so many teams that are working on adoption. It's just unbelievable. It seems like every day there's a new announcement and a new integration. So we're going to try to slay some of them here on this live stream today. And also I also talk about it on my regular channel. I go through that stuff too. So happy to do that. So this article says a chance meeting between Ethan Ng, Southeast Asia CEO of Exchange Biki, and Felix Mago, co-founder of Dash Next at Thailand Blockchain Week, has opened up a world of possibilities for the businesses. Ethan, as the Biki lead in Southeast Asia, also heads the team for international markets. The platform offers users a range of trading options and has grown quickly, adding that many top tokens and rising to be one of CoinMarketCap's top 20 exchanges. And now, Biki has added Dash Next to its platform, which is basically Dash, right? Dash was conceived to be a direct replacement for cash, offering consumers and businesses a quick and easy way to accept digital payments in a way that operated without the need to wait for lengthy on-chain transaction confirmations. The first step in this partnership is Biki's listing of Dash on the crypto exchange and the crypto trading platform, with Dash USDT trading pairs already open. So they explain the decision to work with Dash Next and list Dash on the Biki platform. Dash is one of the older projects and has made very good progress. To me, that would be an understatement. While a lot of projects have got stuck, Dash has hit a lot of milestones. And Dash's main thing that differentiates it is its speed of transactions. And that's through instant send. Chained instant send is through the master nodes. They lock transactions, so they're impossible to be double spent. So one of the most unique characteristics of Dash Next, they keep saying Dash Next, but they mean Dash, is instant send, with the partnership is available to Biki users. In essence, it allows transactions to be completed almost instantaneously, elevating Dash's utility as an alternative payment method beyond cryptocurrencies that take a long time to confirm transactions on their blockchain, such as Bitcoin, Litecoin, BCH. For example, transactions made on Bitcoin, the world's biggest cryptocurrency, can take up to an hour to be confirmed, meaning that in its current state, it is not ready to be used as an alternative to cash or debit cards. So this is a good integration. We're on another exchange, and it leads to the possibility of having more things in that region. So the difficulty with any kind of cryptocurrency is to avoid centralization and try to spread out globally. So we've got teams working in the States, we've got teams working in Europe, we've got teams working in Africa, we have teams working in Asia, and we have Dash Core Group that's doing high-level business integrations. So the Dash Decentralized Autonomous Organization is really working. It's really sticking out, and it's really going well with when it comes to adding integrations. So before I go any further, I want to do pause for a station identification. Welcome to anybody who's following this or watching the live stream on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook Live, Twitch, and DLive. Happy to have you with me. This is CATV Live on Cash Alternative TV. It's a show about cryptocurrency with a focus on Dash, which aims to be a digital cash for the world, or an alternative to cash. If that's something that you're interested in, you want to learn more about cryptocurrency and Dash, or just want to hang out with me some more, don't forget to subscribe or follow me on any platform that you happen to be watching this on. So, very happy to have you guys here with me. Let's continue. So Dash is, like I said off the top, Dash is integrating into a heck of a lot of merchants and exchanges and everything else. So this one is a contest that has it for a celebration of the partnership between KuCoin and Dash. You can deposit on KuCoin to win Dash. So this is open now. That's I think it's open now. Oh no, it's not. It's finished. But I'll explain to you how it worked, and it's pretty cool that they had this. It's if I knew about this last week, I would have shown it to you last week and you could have participated, but unfortunately it's over. To celebrate our partnership with Dash and the integration of Dash's Instant Send feature, KuCoin and Dash have launched the Deposit to Win Dash campaign exclusively for qualified KuCoin users. Users who take part in the campaign will be in for a chance to win one of several Dash prizes. And you can learn about Instant Send here. This is a big deal for Dash to be integrated into places and have them accept Instant Send, because that's basically Dash's use case. So basically you could deposit Dash and you could win a share of 80 Dash. During the activity, users who meet the below requirements for the Dash deposit will be entered to win a share of the 80 Dash reward. So there's the first user with a net deposit of more than 150 Dash, so that's for the whales out there, win 15 Dash, and you could win, just for a deposit of 2 Dash, you could win 0.08. So it's not bad just for depositing. You could have it in there and then you can send it out. But the reason for that is because they want you to see how fast it is. They want you to see how Dash sticks out, right? So the KuCoin partners with Dash, and they say, okay, well, why are we partnering with Dash? Because it offers that experience. It offers that fast, easy to use, secure experience, and this is something that's unique to cryptocurrencies. If you download a Dash wallet from dash.org and you try it out, send it to your friends, send it around, you'll see how quickly it is and how easy it is to use. So that's why they wanted to encourage people to deposit, and then they can see the transaction, they can see how fast it is, and then they can withdraw later and they can see how fast it gets into their wallet. So new analytics, this is from Into the Block. This is a company, and on Monday, if you watch Cash Alternative TV on YouTube, there's going to be a video coming out to Into the Block. And this shows analytics to Dash, and this was done by Into the Block. And it says, new analytics provide fascinating insight about the Dash cryptocurrency. Security and payments remain the strongest use cases for Dash. And that's true. It's we're gonna give you a little bit of an insight into what Dash is. Dash is one of the most relevant crypto assets in the market, and one that is delivering real value to customers around the world. Beyond its position around the top 20 cryptos by market capitalization, Dash has been adopted in mission-critical applications such as remittances, payments, and commerce activity in emerging economies. Initially built as a fork of the Bitcoin protocol, Dash has steadily incorporated new capabilities that enable specific use cases within payments, such as Instant Send for speed and chain locks for security. In that sense, providing analytics and intelligence about Dash is not only relevant for its role as an investment vehicle, but also as an enabler of these specific use cases. Recently, Into the Block and Dash announced a partnership to deliver a rich analytics portfolio that will help investors, traders, and everyday users to understand insights about the behavior of Dash. So I'm not going to skip this. This is just an introduction to Dash. I'm just going to go over the highlights of what they say. We have masternodes, which help us for voting, decentralized voting. It helps us to have chain locks. It helps us to have instant send. Masternodes are a big deal in Dash, and they enable a lot of our features. Instant send, private send. Dash is an optional private cryptocurrency. If that's something that concerns you as an individual or as a corporation company, privacy, that's definitely something that we can do. If you don't want people knowing how much Dash you have, you can use private send to mix them up. chain locks that guards against 51% attacks, which are very much a threat to any other cryptocurrency that uses proof of work, and treasury management. So our Dash block reward is split up among three things. It's split up among the masternodes, the miners, of course, and the blockchain itself, basically payments for anything that helps the blockchain. So contractors can apply to the Dash DAO for funding, and every month there's a super block that pays out the remaining Dash from the blocks of that month. So what does blockchain data? This is Into the Block, which is an analytics company. They're going to explain what blockchain data tells us about Dash. So in the last year, Dash payments activity has increased almost 50%. 50%. So it says Into the Block transaction distribution analysis segments the Dash transactions based on some of its fundamental use cases, such as payments, and as well as complementary use cases such as collateral payments. Adapting the chart to a 12-month period shows that the daily payment transactions have increased by 6,400 over the course of a year to 19,000. An approximate 50% increase in daily transactions from 12,000 daily transactions at the same time last year. So that confirms what we already know in Dash. There's more use case coming out, there's more integrations, and with more integrations comes more transactions. With more transactions comes more economic activity. And this is why Dash can become a payment system for the entire world coming up in the hopefully not so distant future. Payments and trading are the biggest Dash use cases by far. Drilling down into the same Into the Blocks transaction distribution analysis, we can see that payments and trading account for over 88% of the transactions in the Dash network, with a small 0.4 allocated to privacy transactions. So that's interesting because Dash was initially born as a privacy coin. It was born as X coin, which became Darkcoin a week later, and its whole use case was privacy. And in the mainstream crypto industry, there's a lot of confusion. People think that we're still a privacy coin. We have privacy, but we're not focused on it anymore. We're focused on the payment use case. But if privacy is important to you, and it is to many in the Dash community, you still have that privacy option, which we will always retain. Despite being used for payments and remittances, the average size of Dash transactions remains incredibly healthy. Into the Block's payment and transaction size analysis shows that the average size of Dash transaction is about 10.14 Dash, which is close to $800. We can see that the size of the transaction typically increases during price rallies, like the one we saw on January 16th, or price drops, like the one we saw on March 18th. So if you want to learn more about Into the Block, this article description is going to be in below if you're watching me on YouTube. You can find over 50 analysis related to Dash into the Block Dash's page. As part of our collaboration with the Dash Core Group, we are planning on releasing new insights and analytics for the Dash protocol in the near future. So pay attention to this space. We got an ally that's going to be able to prove what we've been saying all along, that Dash is very good for payments. It's the best out there, bar none. It's the best one out there. And use cases and usage and integrations that we're having, it proves it. Like, who am I? I'm just a guy on the internet, right? I'm a guy with a YouTube show, broadcasting on Twitch and DLive. You can't take my word for it. But when you come up with places like this and you see the data and you see the analytics that prove it, this is happening. And this is a good part of the show because I've been talking a lot. I've been talking now for 42 minutes straight, so I'm going to take a little break and we're going to watch the Into the Block video. This is a video that they just put out as part of the new partnership between Into the Block and Dash. And this is going to be a monthly report that they're talking about all kinds of analytics for Dash. And they leave us with some interesting comments, and I hope you enjoy the video. I'm going to take a break to rest my voice.
We use Into the Block's East versus West indicator that enables us to determine that for the past 14 days, a majority of Dash transactions occurred during Western trading times. This can be seen in the chart by the green columns being greater than the blue columns for every day in the past 2 weeks. Almost 60% of the transactions happen between 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. UTC. This is usually when people in the Western Hemisphere are awake and either trading or engaging in transactions. Let me give you one last insight. Are Dash token owners hodling? We use Into the Block's hodlers indicator that tells us the number of addresses that have been holding an asset for more than 1 year. In the case of Dash, we see that as of April 30, 626,000 addresses have been holding 5.73 million Dash for over a year. This figure is 26.6 higher than in January of 2020, when 494,000 addresses had been holding Dash for more than a year. 45% of total addresses are hodlers, which means that a large proportion of hodlers may be betting on the long-term vision of Dash and wish to keep the token as an investment. We hope that you have enjoyed this video. For more insights and daily metrics on Dash and other crypto assets, you can sign up to Into the Block for a 7-day free trial. Go now to app.intotheblock.com.
All right, so that was the video from Into the Block. They were doing an analytics into Dash, and there's a couple of neat insights there, so I'm happy you guys were around to see that. And if you tune in on Monday's episode of Cash Alternative TV, I'm going to be doing an in-depth look at that. We're going to do a presentation on the Into the Block's integration with Dash. So what was this one? Oh yeah, this is something that I mentioned about Dash adoption. If you don't have a smartphone or any kind of device like that, it can be hard to use cryptocurrencies. Most of the wallets, they support smartphones. So for people that don't have those kind of wallets, you can use texting. So places like Dash Text, you can use that. And basically we're just doing, this is like a little blurb on how texting with cryptocurrency works. So it says, how does Dash texting work? How does texting over for cryptocurrency work? This technology allows people to send cryptocurrency to each other using cell phone text messages. The technology allows you to use the person's phone number as their public wallet address, as long as you both have asked your cell phone service provider to set up a text message cryptocurrency wallet called an SMS text wallet. Once you both have an SMS text wallet for the same cryptocurrency, you can also text cryptocurrency to other people who have signed up with that same SMS text wallet provider. So basically, your number becomes your wallet. And so what's the value of this technology? So first, it is estimated that over 2 billion people have no access to the internet, a smartphone, a desktop computer, or a laptop computer. So for these 2 billion people, this is their access to cryptocurrency. So that's a big chunk of people. But they don't know it yet because it's new. That's true. It's people like me, that's my job to get new people involved. Second, when Dash first launched this service in North and South America, they signed up thousands of customers in the USA who had access to the internet, but before this technology allowed them to send and receive cryptocurrency via text messaging, they thought cryptocurrency was too complicated to use. So that's another subset of people. They knew how to text, so they didn't need to learn any new skills. All the complicated aspects were handled by their cellular service provider. So what's the moral of this story? When a technology is developed that fulfills an important need and is so easy to use that people adapts to people that can use it without learning anything new, mass adoption will occur silently but assuredly. Yeah, so that's another angle. If you know anybody who doesn't have a smartphone that wants to get involved in cryptocurrency, that's definitely something that you can get them to do. So once again, we're going to YouTube. This is called P2P protocol, and it was told to me by Steven Zeiler of AnyPay. We had a live stream interview with him a little while ago, and he was talking about this, and it's kind of interesting, a peer-to-peer protocol. So we're going to give this video a watch, and let me know what you think.
Hey everybody, so here's something pretty cool. You've got a Dash invoice over on the left, ready to be paid, and over here you have a Dash Electrum wallet. So the way this would typically work is you copy the payment request or you scan it with your mobile wallet, but in this case we're going to paste this in and oh look, okay, we've got an address and an amount and we can hit send. But let's just ignore all that and tap the QR code. Now we've got a special kind of payment request. And when we paste it in, it's actually going to a website, anypayinc.com. It's going to look up, okay, this is an invoice. It tells you what it's for, 69 cents, and then the amount and Dash, and tells you when it expires here, and you can send this, and it's a different way to pay. It's a little more peer-to-peer. So that was cool. Really good experience, so that was Dash Electrum wallet. And here's another invoice for the same amount. This is a Dash invoice. Now, the way this works, so let's make this a BIP70 payment request, and then let's paste it into Dash Core Wallet. Okay, well, I guess let's try opening Dash Core Wallet. Try it with that. Okay, great. So here it says Pay to AnyPay Inc. The memo, it's a little weird in here, the way it parses this information, but let's just see if it's going to work. Let's get the amount correct, and let's send. Sure you want to send Dash to AnyPay Inc. Yep, okay. Okay, well, even though we got an error message, it did, in fact, work. So I just thought that would be a little bit of helpful feedback to the Dash Core Wallet guys. I think you're great, and we want to make payments just magical so that they always just work great for everyone who wants to use Dash to pay for stuff. And using peer-to-peer protocol, the way it's different is normally when you pay for stuff with Bitcoin or Dash, you've got an address and an amount, and you use your wallet to broadcast that signed transaction yourself. And then the miners, the mempool, they pick it up, they rebroadcast, it gets all circulated around so everyone knows about the transaction happening. And then finally, AnyPay listens to that mempool and picks up the transaction and says, hey, look, there's your transaction, it went through. So that's kind of like going through a bank, it's like going through a third party. Whereas when you pay using the peer-to-peer protocol, you are actually signing the completed transaction yourself, but then you're sending it to the final party, AnyPay, to actually broadcast the transaction. So in a way, this is more like peer-to-peer electronic cash. You're actually handing it over directly to the merchant. So the merchant gets your transaction, gets your outputs. It's not going through a third party at all. And this is really the way it should be. It's the most magical experience, and it's the most, I think it's the most correct. So anyway, I just wanted to share this. I thought it was cool. And this is now live. So you can do this with any AnyPay invoice. You just tap the QR code to change the type. And I think you're going to enjoy it. More wallets are going this way, and it's a really smart way to go.
All right, so that's an interesting setup. I'm not sure. I think it looks like they have a little bit of work to do with it, but definitely something that I'd be interested in the long term. So once they get those bugs taken care of, it looks like an interesting protocol. So this was AnyPay, and like I say, I had a conversation with Steven Zeiler, and he was talking about this protocol way back then, but this is the first time that I had a chance to actually see it.
My name's Chad, and this is my 15-year-old daughter Bethany. And if you watch to the end of this video, I'm going to show you a...
Okay, I'm not interested. All right. So this is another integration for Dash. Yay, Dash has so many different integrations. says congrats to Utrust for bringing crypto payments, including Dash, to over 250,000 merchants worldwide on Magento. The Utrust plugin is now officially available on the Magento marketplace. Boasting over 250,000 merchants worldwide, Magento represents 12% of e-commerce. So this is a huge thing to get into, a huge thing to be able to expose Dash to. 250,000 merchants worldwide are getting involved with cryptocurrency because of Utrust. So that's cool, and I'm happy that Dash is along for the ride. Slowly but surely, we get people into it, we get people going, and and we're going to have a huge year coming up because we see all this transaction. We're getting involved with Utrust, we're getting involved with KuCoin, we're getting involved with Biki, we're getting involved with Megasoft and Crypto Buyer in Venezuela. We got so many things going on in Dash, so many exposures that's going to happen, and we all know that Dash works well. People that are exposed to Dash are going to see how well it works, and they're going to say, why do we ever use Bitcoin? When you use a Bitcoin transaction and then you use a Dash transaction, it's like night and day. So I'm going to take a little break. We're going to see if there's anybody out there who wants to say something. Anybody out there following me? Oh, cool. So we got a couple new people. We got Doug209 out there who says, yo, and it says private send was low. Yeah, their private send transactions weren't really that big of a percentage of Dash transactions, which is weird. I'm surprised it wasn't. All right, so we're almost to the end of the show. So let me remind you again that if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching it on Twitter or Facebook Live, I'm going to be signing off from those platforms, and that will be the end of the show. But I'm also going to continue the live stream on Twitch and DLive for any questions that you might have about cryptocurrency. So if you're watching me from one of those Twitch or DLive platforms, give me a second to clean up the show for it to stop the live stream on the other platforms, and I'll be right with you if you have any questions. I'm not expecting a big turnout because I don't have a large following on these platforms yet, but I'm availing myself to anybody who may have these questions. So yet another integration. We're doing well. Dash is totally on fire. I don't know. Somebody get a bucket of water, cool it off. But man, we're doing a lot of integrations. So this one here was also from Dash Thailand and Dash Next, I believe. This is C-Gift. So this is your Dash gift card. It's another way to buy Dash. So it says buy your digital C-Gift gift card and instantly redeem it to Dash. Access the crypto world with C-Gift. Sorry, I'm going to give you guys a chance to watch what I'm watching because I didn't do that. I just remembered. So this is the website, cgift.io/dash. So you can buy online. You can purchase gift cards without a hassle in just a few clicks. You can redeem your gift card in Dash, Bitcoin, and company and send it right to your wallet. So this says why Dash. You can pay friends and family. You can buy airfare, utility bills, and subscriptions. You can get groceries and dining out, buy electronics and IT equipment, business service, and you can buy Dash online, and these are the increments that you can buy Dash: $10, $25, $50, $100, and $200. So I saw this website and I saw that it was hard it's hard for us to see the font, but there's going to be instructions there on how to buy gift cards, and you can see it. It's just very hard to see with the font, but I already put in a request for them to change the font so you can actually see. So hopefully that'll happen soon. But if you try this out in the future, let me know how it worked out because I'd be curious to see. So this is Dash Electrum 3.3.8.5. That's a mouthful, but somebody's keeping track of these versions. So basically this is Electrum Dash. So this is by Akavar. He's the Dash developer for Electrum. And if you run an Electrum wallet, the new version's out. So it changes private send, check on small amount of minimal denoms, and propose to make new small denom tech transactions from a larger single larger denom. Also with private send, fixes related to key pairs cleanup, fix private send balance when other private PS coins is presented. Also with private send, block receiving GUI during mixing to prevent interfering with addresses reserved for private send use. And an Android, the added button to start ORBOT on wallet startup if Tor is not detected. Fixed version code for ARM64. And you can get those at, like you can get any Dash wallet, any core Dash wallet, you can get it on dash.org/downloads. And if you're watching me on YouTube, you can see that on the description below. So that brings us to the end of this show. It brings us to the end of Cash Alternative TV Live. I hope you enjoyed it. The Cash Alternative TV is a show about cryptocurrency with a focus on Dash, which aims to be a digital cash for the world, an alternative to cash. If that's something that you're interested in, you want to learn more about Dash or just want to hang out with me, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and follow me or friend me on the other platforms where I'm going on live right now. So I'm going to check YouTube. We got Samarg says, Tao, did you notice the increase of everyday transactions at the network in the last week? I didn't notice it specifically last week, Samarg, but I did notice that it happened and when we did the Into the Block analytics. We saw that was something that was happening. So that, yeah, Dash transactions are definitely going up. I want to say hi to everybody there, everybody who's watching me on YouTube. I want to say hi to people that are watching me on Twitch and DLive. So Doug209 says, I like Electrum. Yeah, I agree, Doug. I like Electrum too. I have Electrum on my desktop at home. And hopefully they have going to come up with mobile applications as well. So Samark says also a significant decrease of median transaction amount at the same time, almost by half. Yeah, okay, interesting. I didn't know that. Maybe it was like a stress test, because sometimes when the Dash network does stress tests, the amount of transactions goes up, but obviously the amount of each transaction goes down. It's kind of like Dash transactions, but their transactions just the same when they test the network's capabilities. So with that, I'm going to sign off. Why do you think it's happening? Oh, I just answered that because I think that it's probably because of somebody doing stress tests to the network and having the amount of transactions go up, but the value of each transaction goes down. So it's just a test on the network. That would be my assumption. I don't know for sure. So without further ado, that's it for this Cash Alternative TV Live. I'd like to sign off now by saying Dash is a better money for a better future. And that future is getting closer every day. Bye for now.